One of the mistakes I made when I bought the 4x2 and the 4x4 wood, I thought 4x2 is 4x2. It's supposed to be 4 inches by 2 inches. So when I got the 4-inch screw, turned it out to be too long. This is supposed to be 4x2, this is supposed to be 4x2. When you put them together, you're supposed to have 4 inches long. When you put the 4-inch, this is the 4-inch screw. You put it is too long. So that's the mistake. So I have to go back to the store and get the 3-inch screw. Of course, I have to measure. I was surprised that the 4x2 is not 4x2. This is a 3-inch. When you put it, yes, it can hold it. It will. If you force it, it will go a little bit deeper because you have to force it. You have to go. We are going to show that when we use the drill. You have to go deeper in order to hold the two pieces of wood. The difference between them, not only the length. This part does not have threads, so this part have threads. Of course, this has a good advantage that when you screw it, that screw part will hold the foot together, the wood together. But once you go inside, that part that is not, that part that is smooth, the metal, that smooth part of the metal is going to slide through this wood and grab the other wood from the bottom. This will be a traction part. It will pulling together. It will squeeze them so you will not have a gap. I will show you this problem that was created by having a different 3-inch screw has a problem. The flat part, the smooth part of it that does not have threads, it can keep the two pieces of wood separated from each other, and I have to use a grip, a vice grip to force it. Which I have later on to use a wood filler. But that 4-inch screw have a flat surface, a smooth surface, and a threaded surface. This will really cost me a lot of troubles. This portion here, it cost me a lot of. How costly that mistake is. Just using that screw that does not have a plain part, unthreaded part of it. It forced me to use a grip, a metal grip, to grip these pieces together to get rid of the space between them. That screw does not grip the two pieces tightly. That is one of the best. Simple a threaded portion and a flat portion, which will grab them tightly if you force it in. Here is the 4x4. This is the 4x4 block you buy it from any wood store. If you measure it, it is not at all 4x4. It's 3.5. That is 3.5. So if you get the wood, the screw that's 4 inches, that's 4-inch screw. It is going to penetrate and go further. So the 4x4 is not really 4x4. It's 3.5. And the 3-inch screw, that screw is only 3 inch. You can use it on two 4x4 with a devastating disadvantage of that portion of the screw that does not give you. You need to pull the lower part with these threads to have traction, and you force this part inside. What if this part does? It doesn't do good. I spent many hours just to solve the problem with this lousy screw. It kept the space between the wood, and I have to use later on that larger screw with unscrewed portion in order to keep these pieces tight. Let us now go to the drill part, how to use a drill. It took me a while because I'm not a carpenter. I don't have experience in carpentry, in this job, this career. So I learned my mistake by try and error. In order to get a 4-inch wood screw through this about 6 inches wide 3 pieces of wood slabs. All of them are 4 by 2. You really need to go slow. The drill, you cannot use one hand on it. If you use one hand, it's going to be very sloppy. It's better to find a way. This is a very awkward place. You need first to make sure I want to fall from the ladder. First, you cannot go fast. The only thing I learned new, you first need to make sure that the star parts of the drill that is a star pitch, sits in the star, the female. You have to have 2 hands, holding 2 hands, and go slow and stop, slow and stop. Don't try to go very fast. Now it did not work because I pushed the button. Now it's going to work. That's opposite. So you go and slow. If you lose grip on the nail, you stop. Slow. That's good. And you have to get the nail to sit under the surface of the wood in order to grip the 3 pieces together, and you make sure that is a very nice grip. It gripped all of them tightly. That have to be seated inside, like this part right here. That's seated deep. That is seated deep. We push it another bit inside. I have to hold the drill with 2 hands. Make sure it is setting the star, the female and the female are setting with 2 hands, and then that's great. Let's do that again on here. You just need to practice. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Let's do that again patiently. It's seated. I am standing on a ladder. That is a lousy job. Of course, my body position is not stable. That is perfect. It is seated perfectly. So this is how you use a drill on a long nail to anchor 3 slabs of wood. Took me 2 days to learn that trick.